Greetings, and you have been pulled into the black dimension. We are the habitual line steppers, and we're going to talk about the slap heard around the world. But before we get started, if you are new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button, and let's get this underway. Donnie, what's happening?
Man, just living my best life. I, my jaw hurt a little bit, but that's because I'm feeling sympathy pangs for Chris Rock.
Okay. All right. Well, let me share this screen real quick and let me show you the video in question. And this, quite frankly, broke the internet today. And it's not shocking because um shit, who would who would have thunk it? Now, let's watch this.
That was a greatest night in the history. Who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Nick Mike's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Now, here's one of the top questions. Was it necessary? Was that necessary? Did Will Smith react appropriately, or did he go too far? Also, did Chris Rock not go far enough? Did he react the right way, or uh, was it appropriate for him to throw hands with Will Smith?
Well, as I saw earlier tonight, one of the responses that I saw, which is the funniest shit ever, is Chris Rock should have immediately said, "Damn, I don't feel that until August."
Yeah, that would have been the perfect comeback for that. But I don't know, when you're going through the shock of actually being slapped in front of everyone like that and having to keep your composure, um, it is I don't know. Maybe, and I'm playing devil's advocate on this. Maybe Chris Rock was thinking about the look of black men when it comes to the big stages such as this. Shoot, what's going on, Roger?
What's happening, fellas? What's happening?
Okay, so if you haven't been under a rock, you've already heard about this incident that basically broke the internet. What are your thoughts?
Man, I mean, it's a lot of different ways you can look at this. I understand Will Smith trying to protect his wife and her ego. Was this the best way to do it? No. But I do understand a man being put in a position where he feels like he has to make a move. I'm just gonna say that from a general context, you make a man feel like his wife has to be protected, he's gonna do something. Um, there are reasons to believe. I'm just gonna throw it out there. There are reasons to believe that this was somewhat staged. I think the Oscars just kind of created in a reactionary environment. So I don't think the Oscars is cool on this level. The joke that Chris Rock had to say, I mean, the fact that he hesitated and said, "Oh, I love you, Jada," and then said this particular joke, he knew this wasn't going to necessarily get the best reaction. So whoever wrote these jokes, not cool. You know what I'm saying? Not cool. Um,
I
but
mean,
does that justify Will slapping the mark? Nah, come on now.
I
It
mean,
didn't
let's
take
be
all
honest.
this. It didn't take all this.
if it were that kind of situation where somebody else wrote the joke, wouldn't Will Smith have somebody else to slap her to take this out on instead of Chris Rock?
I would have definitely preferred he took it out on the person who wrote the joke. And that's just real talk. But I get some people gonna rally behind him because they're gonna say, well, he protecting his wife. So I get why guys are gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Especially a married man. I don't think you'll maybe get too many married men to say, I would be against a man protecting his wife's honor. I have no issue with a man protecting his wife's honor. The underlying issue is the fact that his wife's honor has been questionable in the last few years. That's really what the issue is, and why a lot of men are going to react a certain way because they don't like who Jada is and how she's been displaying herself as a person. But Will is trying to fight to keep that marriage together. I assume Jada must be trying to quote unquote fight to keep that marriage together. If it's up to me, bro, Jada would have been gone, and this wouldn't even be an issue. The problem is Will is holding on to her. That's how I look at it.
No, you see, this is a situation where Will is trying to win at all costs, even if it's at the cost of his own personal dignity.
I don't know if he's trying to win at all costs, but he hasn't paid enough for the price. You know what I'm saying? It's time to let her go, if you ask me. It's already been time to let her go. Once that situation with August Alsina came out, that would have been my get out of jail free card right there. I'd have just been gone. And honestly, Jada being who she is, I had no clue that she was losing her hair over anything. I thought that because she seems to be very much a feminist, that she was just on that feminist stuff, because there are a lot of feminists who say that they should practice different things to make themselves less attractive to men. And that's why you will see feminists with low haircuts or haircuts that looks like a design that you would expect more from a man. So I thought she was just doing that. I didn't even know she had a hair issue.
Yeah, I kind of looked at the whole alopecia thing like the whole vitiligo excuse that Michael Jackson used to use. It did come out years later that he might have actually had vitiligo, and that's why he had to lighten his skin. But but do you believe that it was an excuse, or did she? Is this something else? Clearly, is this a control issue?
Nah, I mean, Will is probably just getting upset like anybody would over a period of time. And the fact that he's getting upset with people over a period of time, it doesn't kind of came out. It's like, straw that broke the camel's back type of situation. He ain't satisfied with his image right now. I say that. And with good reasons. So he don't want to keep dealing with this stuff anymore.
Mm.
Everybody got a breaking point.
Yeah, I get that, but when you're in the public eye, you could expect certain people to say certain things. I mean, with the dawn of the internet, that it has made for all kinds of opinions to go out instead of, just having the mainstream media always kissing your ass and always telling you that you're great. Now you have the internet, and every time something happens, and I will say this, especially to a black man, you have him becoming a meme, just like you see the image on the screen. How many memes have you seen with this image right here?
Man, I mean, yeah, man, countless. But I'm gonna tell you right now, this new set of memes, I've seen a ton of them already. I've seen a ton, and I'm not talking about this one that you got on the screen, because I've seen this endless. But just from that slap last night, I've already seen a ton of those memes. So it's crazy that he is even in this position. I can't tell a man to divorce his wife, but I do believe he should have, and that's what the problem is. He's not already divorced from Jada, so unfortunately, he's volunteering to be in kind of some messed up situations.
But why can't we just look at this as like the ultimate commitment through sickness and in health, through good or bad, to death do us part? Is Will playing more of that part than Jada, or is it something else? That's what I want to know. Why can't we just give the man his credit and his props for being a dedicated husband? Instead, he's had to go through years of being called a beta and a simp, just for dealing with what he deals with his wife.
Well, I think because the commitment is only on one side. That's the only problem. You
Okay.
know, if Jada was fighting for his love the way he seemed to be fighting for her love, I mean, they would have no problems too much. They wouldn't
Hmm.
have any real problems. Just regular little basic stuff. But if Jada was fighting as hard as Will for their love, this would be an amazing couple right now.
Okay. Yeah, and also, my one of my questions is, after getting slapped on stage like that, why wouldn't have Chris Rock reacted like a man would react when another man puts his hands on him? Me personally, I would believe that Chris Rock was a better man than me because you can walk up to me and slap me like that, it's over with. People just gonna have to watch us throw blows. But I did say this earlier to someone else. I probably, as Will Smith, would have handled this a bit differently. I probably would have confronted him later on, uh, about saying that shit about my wife, and whatever happened then what would have happened. But in front of everybody like that, that could be a scar and an embarrassment on Will Smith. You know,
Yeah. Well, I say that. See, it depends because I thought that Will Smith and Chris Rock were kind of cool with each other and had a certain level of respect for each other. And if you have a certain level of respect for a man and he slaps you because of his wife, if you're really cool with that man, you can't try to fight him back. And which means like, I mean, you know why he did it. You did it because he's trying to, deal with his wife. So you know why he did it. So if you're gonna fight him over it to try to embarrass him in front of his wife, you definitely ain't friends at that point. You know, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So and then I don't think Chris Rock had anything to gain. Being that's a tough situation to be in. So even if he'd have fought him, he don't have nothing to gain because he's hosting the Oscars at that particular moment. It's gonna be bad press. There's no way he can win if he gets into it with Will Smith at that particular moment. There's no victory for him. So I
yeah.
think the best thing he could do in that moment was to kind of hold it together like he did.
Mm. I still don't know. I probably would have did it. I'm serious, man. You put hands on me is I might have reacted like Charlie Murphy did Rick James. He's like after what did the five fingers say to the face? I'd be like, come here, and then rammed his head into something. You never know. I
Had
mean,
Chris Rock went in that direction, I would have lost no respect for him at the end of the day. If the only thing that matters to me is were these two people cool with each other before this happened or not. So him going at him from a man's standpoint, no, I have no problem with that. Now, if them two were really cool, and if like Chris Rock knew what was going on with her, and he was like, let's say he was being slick with the joke, like he knew what was going on with her, and he knew how she felt. If he was just being slick and we'll do that, you got to let that ride if that's your homie, because you can't try to embarrass your homie in front of his wife. That's just not cool to do. But if they don't really know each other or don't really like each other like that, then I totally understand Chris Rock going at Will, because you just ain't gonna be slapping me. Is you know what I'm saying? Let alone in public. You ain't just slapping me in private like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just we ain't about to just let that ride. Now I understand why Chris didn't do nothing because of the situation he's in. But had he done something, I still would have been okay with it because he just got slapped at the end of the day. You
yeah.
know?
Also, I will say this. One of the bad parts about this in particular itself is the fact that Will Smith finally got that Oscar for his. I mean, for real. I mean, for his
Yeah.
for his performance in King Richard as Richard Williams, and it seems to me that the slap actually overshadowed his Oscar win. Now, I will say this about the Chris Rock situation. Chris Rock told a joke back in 2016. You remember when Jada was, calling herself boycotting the Oscars because Will got snubbed for concussion? which, from what I
Hmm.
hear, it wasn't a very good outing for Will Smith. Uh, Chris Rock told this joke right here. He said that Jada boycotting the Oscars was like him boycotting Rihanna's panties. He was never invited in the first place.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that was a very legitimate joke.
Yeah, yeah,
And
kind of. I mean, shit. Like as far as Jada's level of acting, as even in comparison to her husband, ain't no Oscars coming her way. Not for anything she has done, and especially not now. Shoot. In fact, I would say that I would even go as far as to say Jada doesn't deserve Will, and Will married down. But that is a subjective opinion. My opinions aren't reflective of what everyone else's opinions are. But for real, for what she has put that man through, Will's a good one.
he is, and I think it's totally legitimate to believe that uh, if it was not for Will, Jada would not be invited to the Oscars. I think that's a very legitimate statement to make. You
Yeah,
know,
like I said, that well, you coming to the Oscars as a date for the one, the star attraction. But
yeah. And Jada has not risen to the point that I watch a movie because she's in it. She been in Hollywood a long time, but I don't watch movies because Jada's in them.
yeah, I mean, I would probably say the most memorable thing she's ever done was Set It Off. I mean, it is what it is. But uh, before we get out of here, do you believe that Will Smith will face any kind of repercussions? I mean, not legal repercussions, because Chris Rock has already stated that he's not going to press charges for this. And a lot of people were like, "This is outright assault. This is inappropriate behavior for the a gala such as the Oscars." Do you think that his career is going to take a hit because of this?
I mean, that's possible, but he's so big. Even if he took a hit, he ain't gonna feel it that bad anyway. But I mean, let's keep it real. Let's blame the Oscars. They wrote the joke in the first place. They created the situation for Will Smith to react in a certain way. And it ain't like the Oscars ain't got security. Security didn't do nothing about it. The Oscars put up a bad joke. Will Smith ended up reacting to the bad joke. And then they just let him walk on stage and assault Chris Rock. So the Oscar has some blame in this situation too. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not gonna say they totally staged this or anything, but they definitely created the climate for something to happen. So the Oscars is just chill. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna be a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but it seemed like Will was winning the best actor for such a great movie, and there was no stain as far as the role of the movie he played. It's like they created a stain. And unfortunately, it happened to come for the King Richard movie, which was a great film, and I recommend anyone who hasn't seen it to go see it.
Yeah, I believe it's still playing on HBO Max, correct?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. All right. Well, at the end of the day, maybe there should have been a different reaction, but the different reaction probably should have come from Chris Rock. But, either way, everyone has this opinion on this. Now, for those who watch this video or happen to catch this broadcast right here, let us know what you think in the comment section. This definitely broke the internet, and we'll probably be hearing about this one for weeks, if not years to come. Uh,
We're gonna hear about it till at least August.
yep, August. What a significant month. Yeah, and yeah, this incident. Now, there is a conspiracy theory that this is staged. Like this one incident is staged, and it's because like Hollywood might be losing its luster, or is just it equaled out to ratings for the Oscars themselves, which have been very low rated in recent years. But either way, like I just got through stating, they're going to be talking about this for some time to come. So shout out to both Will Smith and Chris Rock. Hopefully, they'll be able to mend fences and work this out. but definitely very shocking. And yeah, like I said, it broke the internet and it broke mainstream as well. So at the end of the day, uh, congratulations to Will Smith for his Oscar-winning performance of Richard Williams, the father of Venus and Serena Williams. King Richard, very good film. Definitely check it out. So, any last words?
Nah, I mean, yeah, I'll just say yes. Salute to both of them. I'm pretty sure they will they'll restore whatever relationship they had, and if they didn't have one, I'm pretty sure they'll end up cool after all is said and done. And more Oscars for the both of them. That's what I
Mhm.
wish for their future. I'll just
All
leave it
right.
there.
All right. Yeah. At the end of the day, much success to both of these gentlemen. But it's that time for us to say you have been pulled into the black dimension. Good luck finding your way out. Till the next time.